June 2013. Welcome to the pit. We did 2 dives in the pit on this particular day. The first one being the main sinkhole. We got down to a level of about 33 metres, and what a sight to behold. Looking down at the base there, we see this cloud, a hydrogen sulfide cloud. And as we descend, getting down to the 33 metre mark, we descend into this cloud. So we go from crystal clear, perfect visibility into this cloudy murk. In saying that, it wasn't creepy, it was just a really pleasant dive. It was just very, very cloudy. Still lots of natural light, visibility in the cloudy section, probably about maybe half a metre. But once you get underneath, the visibility picks up again and you can see a fair way down. Quite different to most of the other cave systems, mainly because of the hydrogen sulfide layer. You can see some interesting formations down the bottom here, some dead trees, but the coloration, that blue that it happens to have because of the hydrogen sulfide, made it quite a unique dive. The main cave area here, or should I say sinkhole, it does penetrate down further to approximately 60 metres, opening into another cave system, and it does get down to a depth of 120 metres. On this particular day, we reached about the 33 metre mark, which was just below the hydrogen sulfide level. The formations in the actual sinkhole itself are quite nice, but they're not necessarily the most interesting formations in that sinkhole area itself. We'll see a little bit of the formations coming up. In front of us here we have a gentleman by the name of Steve from Kentucky. His version of a weekend dive trip is jump on a plane, go to Mexico, do 3 or 4 days diving and go back home. That cloudy hydrogen sulfide certainly has that cool, eerie look about it. And when we were there, it was raining for most of the trip, so it was great to see the sun come out. And so those columns of sunlight through the water were just amazing. A few formations around us there. So on this day, as I said, we did 2 dives. The first one was just a drop down to approximately 30 metres, having a look around, going through the hydrogen sulfide level. And then we popped back up for a short break, a bit of a debrief, and then we went in for a cave dive into one of the holes in the area. If you are doing the pit, make sure you're one of the first people in the morning. Once the hydrogen sulfide is stirred up, you don't have that same cloud effect as you're descending. So off we go. My guide, Rodolfo, and I did approximately 18 dives over an 8 or 9 day period. He had one of the main lines planned for a penetration, but we ended up going into the wrong hole. He called it right jump 1, and it was quite interesting, as you're about to see. On this particular dive, the maximum depth we achieved was only 20 metres, so when we looked back into the hydrogen sulfide cloud, we could see that it was below us. And now it's time for some minor penetration, and what a time we had. What you're looking at the moment is not an out of focus camera, it's the halo climb. So as we're going up and down through the fresh and salt water, the fresh water is sitting on top of the salt water, and as we go through that, you get a hazy effect, just like you do through a thermocline. Swimming through these caves was, as you can see, quite a lot of fun. The main cave we were supposed to be penetrating as a group of 3 was a fair bit bigger than this one, but the tight squeezes we quite enjoyed. A nice array of stalagmites and stalactites and columns, formations. And just above Rodolfo there you can see a bit of that halocline, that fuzziness in the water. So at the moment we've got Rodolfo leading us through as number 1, myself number 2, and Steve behind me as number 3. And so we go from that blurry haze through the halocline back into crystal clear water. During some of the dives I did some training myself, and having to lay line through the halocline was quite interesting. As you're laying line and tying off within the halocline, just the mere action of swimming is creating that haze. So it's like putting on a pair of beer goggles and not being able to see quite as clearly as you'd like to. So we're on our way out now, and that's Steve in front of me, side mounting, as we can see. As we were exiting this particular system and coming back into the main sinkhole, we were greeted by quite an interesting sight, which we're about to see. So we're going from cave diving, following a line, doing some nice penetrations, back into the sinkhole, the hydrogen sulfide layer down below there, and as we're exiting, we've got free divers in training. These divers were going down to about the 20-meter mark from memory. So it's interesting to see the pit is used not just for scuba divers doing cave diving, but also for free divers. I hope you've enjoyed my presentation. Thanks for watching.